Morning, guys. We have a lot to do today. So we're just going to go ahead and get going on the to-do list. So I thought I would just start with some baking kind of stuff that I have to do because we just got a grocery order. We're going to put that away and we're going to get to some. So I don't have like a really huge order today. It's just like these few things that I got for the week and some like last minute stuff I needed for baking. So we're going to go ahead and take all this to the kitchen and put all this away. And then we have to clean some stuff out in the fridge too to make room. Okay, so like random thought of the day. I absolutely love grocery orders, and like I feel like for us anyway, for the people that I knew, it was not a thing before the pandemic hit. And then it was like everyone was getting stuff delivered, you couldn't leave the house, all of that kind of stuff. And like I don't know why, it just seems so crazy to think like just a few years ago this was not like the norm, but like now it's like no, I want them like dropped off on my porch. I don't want to go into the store sometimes and like fight the crowds. And it's just so crazy how times can change so quickly. And you just get used to something that was not like the norm beforehand. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below how you guys feel about grocery orders. Do you use something like W Plus, like the Walmart delivery, or any of the other delivery services? Or do you still like to go into the store and pick out your items so you can like see everything and get the exact thing that you want? I am just curious how you're feeling about like the whole delivery thing, or even just like the drive up, like Target's 2 hour drive up, being able to like order something and go grab it real fast. It's just like in the past like 5 years, everything has changed so much. Some things for the better, some things not for the better, but curious how you're feeling just about that whole like kind of realm of things. Let me know down below. Alrighty, so we are going to prep the first thing, which is cornbread casserole. And I don't have to put it in the oven until, water, until tomorrow. But it is like you're supposed to refrigerate it an hour before you put it in the oven type deal. And I don't feel like doing that tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and prep it, mix it up, put it in the casserole dish and everything. And I'm just going to put it in the fridge. That way tomorrow, sorry, I just smacked you, didn't I? Tomorrow, about an hour and a half or so, like before we need to leave, I'm going to pop it in the oven so it can bake. So let me find my recipe. It's in here somewhere. I got this off of Amazon, in case you're interested. I like it. It kind of keeps all of our recipes that we make like more often in one spot. And it's nice and thin, so I can fit it like on my recipe bookshelf, and it doesn't take up too much space. So I will have that link down below if you're interested. Okay, here we go. I had to find it. In here, I did the recipe times 4. Why, I don't know. So we're doubling it. The single recipe is not very much. I would double it. I will have the recipe on our website if you're interested, but I'm not going to do times 4. I'm going to do doubled. So here's what I need to do. I don't know why I got excited like with the times 4. I'm not going to preheat obviously because I don't need to right now, but I have the butter, the corn, the mix, and the sour cream. And you just kind of throw it all together. So for butter, I need 1 cup of butter. So I got my 2 sticks of butter. I'm just going to put them in this bowl so that I can melt them a little bit. I don't need it like fully melted, but I do want it to mix well with everything else. While that's in the microwave, I'm going to do 2 boxes, just the Jiffy cornbread mix. We're just dumping it right in. This is a really simple recipe, but it's really tasty. I also have some canned corn, so I'm going to use 3 cans of the cream style, and then 1 can, if I can find it, of like just regular. You want to drain the regular corn, but not the cream corn. So the cream corn is going to like make it really like moist and keep the casserole like, I guess moist would be the word. It's going to make it like soft and beautiful and wonderful. And this is just going to give it some like texture, but you don't want all like the water that's in here. So I am going to drain this, and then I'm going to put all 4 cans into my bowl.
I'm supposed to do 8 tablespoons of sour cream. I'm honestly just gonna like wing it a little bit. Just plop some sour cream in there because I add something extra to mine. So if I have a little bit too much sour cream, it's not gonna be like the end of the world. So I'm gonna go ahead and plop that in there. And I still have to stir in my butter. I am a sweet cornbread person, so I do some sugar in mine. I just did a half cup. There's no rhyme or reason. I just picked a half cup and dumped it in there. We're just going to mix all of that in, and then we're going to pour this straight into the dish.
I absolutely love these 9x13 dishes. They're from Target, and the reason I like them is they're super deep. It's not like a regular 9x13 where it's kind of shallow, and sometimes when you're baking something, you're like, ooh, is that too much? Like my potato casserole, for example, because I always double it, is too much for a regular 13x9. The depth on these is amazing. So if Target still has them, I've had them for like probably like 2 years now. If they still sell them, I will definitely link them down below. If not, I will try to look for something comparable on like Amazon or something because I think that they're really awesome and they come in handy with like a thicker, larger casserole.
Okay, so I am getting ready to make the cookies. So I'm just gonna prep everything first. I got my oven preheated, and then I'm gonna set up like my stations. So I love these giant cookie sheets. My husband got those for me a few years ago now. I'm not sure where he got them, but I will have some comparable ones linked down below because the giant cooling rack, giant cookie sheet is like absolutely clutch if you bake a lot, or when you do bake, if you bake like mass quantities like I'm about to do here. So I'm going to set all of this up just in the area that it usually goes. So I'm just going to set this over here. This is the container I'm going to use because I'm taking it to family. I don't care if I leave this. This is from Dollar Tree. It's clearly a cupcake holder. But I forgot when I was out at Target, which I meant to, I forgot to get a disposable container for the cookies. So my bad. So we're just going to use this. I always like to start with the flour, baking soda, salt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and get that out of the way.
This is going to sound crazy, but here's one of my cookie tips. Salted butter, still use salt. I do not use unsalted butter. I use salted butter, and I still put a little bit of sprinkling of salt in this like flour baking soda mixture. Because I usually bake cookies that have a lot of chocolate chips in them. So maybe this doesn't work for sugar cookies. I don't know. We don't like sugar cookies in my house. But we use a lot of like chocolate chips, Reese's chips, all that kind of stuff. And it really brings the flavor out of the chocolate chips with the salt and the salted butter. I then just, instead of sifting my flour because it's an absolute pain in the behind and sifters are hard to store, I just use a whisk. I mix it all together. It's never failed me. Also, one of my biggest pet peeves while baking is when the butter wrapper is like stuck in the butter. Do you know, like almost like when they solidified the butter, they solidified the wrapper into it. Let me know if you've ever experienced that. But like, I was looking at my face there and I had just opened a stick that had been like crunched inside, and I was just so annoyed about it. I just hate when it gets stuck. Also, another tip that I like to do, so I don't have to get my hands as messy, is when I do my brown sugar, I pack it against the side of that container like you see me doing here. So I don't have to like smush it down and get like my hands all sticky. This works just as well as packing it with your hands. This is probably the cookie that I make the absolute most. It's just my regular chocolate chip cookies. It's always highly requested and it's super easy to make. It goes with any occasion. I do not measure my vanilla. I literally just kind of pour it in there. I use imitation vanilla also. I'm not paying all that money for the fancy stuff. The imitation works just as well. Sometimes the flavor is actually more strong than like the fancy vanilla, so I'm okay with that. Also watching something. I know you see me like staring off into space. I was watching probably Bailey's Harry. That's what I'm always watching. But, and I honestly don't know why I even measure this. I use about 3 cups of chocolate chips. That is one of my tips to my chocolate chip cookies is like the more chocolate chips you can put in there, the better. If it looks like too many, add a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be okay. Like you need all of those chips in there. I promise. It's going to be absolutely delicious. One thing I am on the hunt for is a different like attachment or something because I feel like it doesn't always get to the bottom no matter what I am like mixing. I like this attachment that has like the thing on the side that scrapes the side of the bowl, and that does a pretty good job. But there's always that little bitty bit at the bottom where like the top of the attachment is not mixing things properly. So if you have a KitchenAid attachment that you really like for like mixing that looks like this but actually touches the bottom, or if you have like a trick or something that I need to know about to like raise the bowl, like I don't have like a professional one, so it doesn't really like raise. Do you know what I mean? So like sometimes I find that there's stuff on the bottom and it doesn't mix all the way in, and it drives me absolutely bonkers. I also highly recommend getting a cookie scoop. I'm actually in the market for some new ones. This one just recently broke on me because I used it with too thick of batter, but cookie scoops, definitely the way to go. Here is the finished product, and that is where we're going to be wrapping up today's video and today's vlog. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I hope you found it helpful or at least entertaining. Make sure you check out the video and the playlist on the screen. And as always, smash that subscribe button so you can become part of our YouTube family. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye.